Today, I'm at my Bexleyheath branch and we're doing something a little bit different today. Of our launch of our new website, the Jewellery Mechanic, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it works. Now, come with me in the workshop. So, I'm in the workshop, I'm with Joe, I'm with Russell, and we've got a parcel turned up. Now, I've been speaking to this customer all week. Now, she's had a diamond that's fallen out, and going by the images without actually looking at the ring in person, it looks like it needs all new claws and resetting the diamond. So I thought it'd be a great idea for you, the viewers, to watch exactly how we do things behind the curtain. Russ, do you mind just opening the parcel? I'm hoping it's a diamond ring. It should be, because I've checked the name. And then we're going to go through it all and just show the customers how we do it. So when we do anything with the Jewellery Mechanic, we send a prepaid envelope to the customer. They parcel it up, they do a little note. It's all logged in once it comes in. So like, hi Jones, please do all new claws and set diamond as email. Thank you, Mrs. Harmon. But this is a beautiful 18 carat diamond cluster, a real traditional ring, beautifully made. But over time, like anything, claws wear. So the diamond, as a rule, when a diamond falls out, it's normally for a reason. And looking at this, all the claws have just worn out. So what we're going to do today, we're going to re-tip all the outside. I'm going to show you with Russell how we re-tip it. Then we're going to reset that diamond, and then we're going to make it look brand new. So what we're doing now, we're looking for the wire, and we're going to make the claws up, making sure the wire's nice and flat. If it's not, it won't sit flat on the ring. With anything like handmade jewelry, even jewelry repairs, all the preparation work is really important, like keeping the surface clean, making sure that each stage is done properly. You don't move on to the next stage until that's done. So at the moment now, we straighten the wire. We're going to start filing the angles, so make sure the wire's got the same angles where we're going to solder on it. It'll make more sense when you show it. So if you can just zoom in a little bit here. So you'll see now, Russell is starting to file an angle and going to match the angle on the ring here. You can see he's holding the wire with pliers to make sure it's not fucking about everywhere. So what we're doing, we're replacing the old claw with new. So we're going to make each claw section nice and thick, like it was when it was first made, because the actual ring itself is in really good condition, even though it's like, probably like 20-30 years old. The actual band, where it's so good quality, it's nice and thick. It's just the claws have worn out, and that tends to happen because things get caught over the time. And that's why it's really important that, if you've had a ring for like 10-20 years, go and have it checked. It doesn't cost anything. We don't charge anything for like a free MOT, and it could save you a lot of money, because the customer has lost the diamond, and that alone is probably going to cost it like £200-250, which didn't need to happen. We've started to now put a slight flat on the area we're soldering on, and that's got to match that angle. It's really imperative that your angle's the same as when you're soldering on the claw as well as the ring, so they meet up. If you've got an angle that's like that, it's like that, you're going to flood it with a load of solder, which is awful. We don't need to take all the diamonds out. Diamonds can take heat, and you'll see once you start soldering how quick, because we are skilled, how quick we can get in and out without burning anything. So what we're going to do now, we're going to cut small bits of solder. So if you just film it so the people can actually see how small the pieces of solder actually are. Because we take it for granted that everyone knows, how this is done, but no one really does unless you're a jeweller. So we use small bits of solder, which will be soldered into the wire. See that, just run that, so the solder just run on the edge of that wire. So now, Russell, if you film this area, this is important. So again, we keep the gold area nice and clean, all the surface area is lovely and clean. A little bit of heat just to get the claw into place. And that's it. Even the gold's kept its colour, we've got out really quick. All the surface area is nice and clean where we've put flux on it. So you can see we've put a little bit of flux on it. Now flux keeps the area surface really clean. Like solder will not run on anything that's black. So we always put a little bit of flux, keeping the surface clean. Again, we're filing, getting that angle right, really important. And this is like years of experience, just knowing when to file, making sure the angle's right, and also making sure when we file the angle onto the claw section, it's exactly the same, so the claw meets the ring. And you can see now Russell's doing that. Just takes it down to the point where the claw will sit nice and straight. There goes the flux. Just dabbing a little bit of solder on the tip of the claw. We're going to bring the ring up to temperature. As soon as it's warm, the claw will sit, and solder will attract follows the heat. Now we're just settling the claw down. That's it, so it's sit nice and flush with the stone. Again, file the claw, file the angle. Just bending the shape so that once we put it on the ring, it follows the shape of the ring and sits on the top of the diamond. And this is the difference between retipping a ring that's older. When a ring's made, you would run the wires up and then set the diamonds, but because the diamond's already set in there and they can take a lot of heat, and we're experienced working with diamonds, so we're not going to burn anything, and we're professionals, so we get in there nice and quick. You can see there, settling another claw down. Curving the wire, follow the shape so that it sits flush on the stone. You can see clearly there that the angle will then sit on the table of the diamond. A little bit of solder. Warm up the ring, line it up lovely. Just put a little bit of heat on there, watch the solder run. Perfect. Again, just adding a little bit of heat for the claw to sit on the stone. Repeating the process. Now we're going to quench the ring into sulfuric acid and then soda crystals that neutralises the acid. Right, so now we've moved from Russell's bench. He's done all the claws, and now we're in the setter's bench. This is Joe. He does the majority of our setting. Russell does as well. You can see a good close-up of the work that's involved. What he's doing now is he's taking, he's starting to fraze away a little bit of the claw, because that's where the diamond's going to sit into, and that creates a little bit of a lead that we can push the claw over. You see how that stone sits now in that groove that we've actually channeled out. It's really important not to take too much off, because you don't want to push that claw down. If you fraze too much of that claw, you're just going to push it away and there'll be nothing left. That's the in-between claw that sits in between each stone, gently pushing down each bit. You can see now we're starting to cup the claws, balling them off, which makes them nice and smooth. There's no clothing going to get caught. Really important. If they're not done properly, you're going to get claws that are lifted. And you know, if a lady's wearing them and she's got some nice stockings and suspenders on, they're going to rip them to bits. You can see Joe's just taking enough, not too much. Be nothing worse than, you know, putting all new claws on it and having the setter take too much of the claw away and being left how it was when it started. It's really important. It's always checking as well, so taking a little bit off, checking. That's why we work with a microscope. And we've got all the equipment to get the work done properly. This is all expensive equipment, but worth every penny. As he's looking up, checking every angle, just taking a little bit more off, getting all the claws level, so they're all the same size. That's really important. You don't want any claws that are higher than the other. It's got to look good to the eye. And there you go. All phrased up beautifully, ready to be polished. This is the polishing section. That's a rouge mop. So this will see if there's any catchy claws. So we polish it so it's lovely and smooth, and the ring will look brand new once we've finished. Now that centerpiece there, you can see that's actually 18 karat white gold with an 18 karat yellow gold band. So with white gold, once this is being altered now, but once we've altered it and got it ready, it will need to be what's called rhodium plated, and you'll see what I mean in a few minutes. That's the rhodium machine turning on. That's lacquer, so that's going to cover up the yellow. That we do not want to rhodium plate the yellow, because we want to keep that yellow. So we mask it up, all done by hand, as you can see. Again, these little things here, you don't realise what's involved with a job. You know, there's a lot of man hours and skill that's involved in just re-tipping a ring. Right, so this is the cleaner. You can see the current running through it now. Then it's going to put the rhodium plating on it. This is the rhodium, so we clean it first of all, just remove any dust, and then it goes into the rhodium solution. The current will come on. You can see it now, and that will give it a platinum finish. So it'll be like chrome finish, because 18 karat white gold has always got a yellow tinge to it, because it is yellow gold that's been had alloys added to it to create the white look. Hope you enjoyed that video. Just a little bit of an insight into Blackwell Jewellers, into our workshop where we took a diamond cluster, re-tipped it and set a diamond. Now we've launched a new website called the Jewellery Mechanic, and we're doing online jewellery repairs. All you got to do is click the link in the description. Please subscribe. Hope you enjoyed that video. I'm James at Blackwell Jewellers.